What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican boxing, and today we have a special show. We have my man Nestor Gibbs from the Boxing Voice going to be joining us. We're going to talk about the recent upset of Rayo Valenzuela. I want to get his perspective as to how he saw Rayo going into this fight, and was he surprised when De Los Santos got that stoppage, and as well as you know his story, how he got into the world of boxing YouTube. He's one of the biggest presence on YouTube in the YouTube boxing community. So I definitely looking forward to this, and I hope you guys are as well. Um, one sec. Let me see. I'm just let him remind them that right now. All right. But yeah. All right. So he's gonna be coming on the show. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it as much as I am. I'm really looking forward to it. He's somebody who, to be honest, he's one of the first boxing personalities I came across with when I first started watching boxing. I started watching not started watching boxing when I started watching boxing super close. Um, um, he's one of the first shows I started watching, and to have him on my show is gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. I'm gonna definitely be getting a little bit more info. If he could give me some advice or anything like that, I definitely willing to receive that. My man Antoine says Ness and Broadway going to be a good show. Absolutely, it definitely is going to be a good show. I'm just waiting for him to hop on real quick. My man Lefty says, "Look at you doing it big time. You on the bubble right now." Yeah, man. I'm trying. I'm trying my hardest, man. I'm trying my hardest. Today we get Nestor Gibbs. Tomorrow we get Edwin De Los Santos. That's a big name in these boxing worlds. A lot of people were high on Rayo Valenzuela, and this Dominican came out of nowhere and beat the crap out of him. Oh yeah, you know what? What's funny? It's a good thing you brought him up. Ellie Sekbak was actually the first boxing personality I watched, but he was more from a reporter standpoint. Uh, uh, he used to go in the gyms and get the interviews and stuff like that. So definitely him. But I'm talking about as a talk show, as a person who gives their opinion, and like Nestor and the Boxing Voice. I remember he had like a panel list of 4 or 5 people, and I used to watch his show all the time back in the day. And it's funny. I brought it up in an interview when he interviewed me on his show. The first time I called in was it was around the time Miguel Cotto was gonna fight Delvin Rodriguez. So y'all know me. I've been the voice of Dominican boxing before I had a YouTube page. So Delvin Rodriguez is Dominican, and I've always been a fan of Delvin Rodriguez because of his fighting style. I felt like it was entertaining, and I also felt like he never got the opportunity he should when he was at his best. And even when he did get those title shots, I felt like he got robbed in a couple of them. So when he finally got his big opportunity against Cotto, I was like, man, I was kind of like wishing into existence. So I called in. On the Boxing Voice. Yeah. Well, what's your question? I was like, nah. I just want to talk about Delvin Rodriguez. I remember picking Delvin Rodriguez to beat Cotto, and Nuts just out of nowhere was like, man, that fight is garbage. Cotto's gonna knock this dude out, yo. And I'm not the type to stay quiet if you're gonna start yelling at me. So I started yelling at him back, and we started going back and forth. And then he blew the horn on me. He's like, yo, hold on, you getting a little too hype. I was like, nah, my bad. You screaming, so I'm a scream. There's that and the third. And then, long story short, he basically broke it down to me how Miguel Cotto's gonna knock Delvin Rodriguez out, and that's exactly what happened, man. That is exactly what happened. He knocked him out, and I was very how do I say disappointed. I was at Cotto versus Rodriguez. Great event. It was Lil Puerto Rico in there. Yo, I mean, I remember it was in Florida, if I'm not mistaken, Orlando, Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, shout out to my man Lefty. Keep it up. I'm proud of you and watching your journey and growth. One day you're gonna be at the desk on Showtime. Yo, from your lips to God's ears, brother. I'm looking forward to that. Opportunity. As long as I can still do my YouTube page, I'm very willing to work with any big company, whether it be a promoter like PBC or Showtime or anybody like that. As long as I can still do my YouTube channel, shit, I hope and pray something like that comes about. And thank you so much for the super chat, Lefty. I really appreciate that, man. That's very nice of you. Let's see what else you guys talk about. Let's see if Ness wears his suit for your show like you did his. I highly doubt that. Nestor don't strike. Well, what I was gonna say, Nestor don't strike me as a suit guy. He also told me on the show, he was like, well, I don't know if it was on the show or after the show, but he was like, how he prefers to like dress down, like dress a little bit more comfortable than dress in a suit and stuff like that. So I'll be shocked and amazed if he comes on the show in a suit. I really would be. I really would be. Black and Brown Boxing, shout out to you, man. I haven't, I've been a bad friend, bro. I haven't been watching your videos as much, but definitely shout out to you, man. I definitely fuck with you. You know you my guy. Loving your content, brother. Antoine, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I would be the voice of Trinidad boxing, but all we does is play football and fete. I don't know what that is. Hold on, where's Nest at, man? Come on, man. I told him 7 o'clock. What's up? Hold on. He'll hop on. Well, I literally spoke to him about an hour ago, so I'm not too nervous about him not hopping on. But whatever. In the meanwhile, you know what? I'll give you guys an opportunity to call in, man. And put the link in the chat, and if you guys want to call in while we wait for Ness, but don't get mad at when he hops on and I kick you off, because obviously he's the guest and that's the one I want to speak with. But yeah, I put the link in the chat if anybody wants to click it and check it out. Jose Benavides said he wants Rayo to rematch Edwin De Los Santos. Yeah, okay. I don't believe it. I don't believe he wants. And honestly, that would be a bad idea, a bad not an idea, like mismanagement. You're gonna throw him in there with a guy who just destroyed him in 3 rounds. It wasn't like he was beating him and he got clipped in the 9th round, and had he not got clipped, he would have won the fight. It's like, no, the guy got handled pretty well. And people saying that that's an early stoppage, absolutely not. I rewatched the fight. Actually, I rewatched the fight 3 times since it was such a short fight on 3 separate occasions. And when he stopped the fight and the referee was walking him to his corner, he was very woozy and wobbly. And the kid is 23 years old. 23 years old. Why are you going to throw him in here with a big puncher who just knocked him out again? Have him rebuild himself. Let him work on some defensive moves, because that seems to be the problem with him. And, give him a couple soft touches. And then in 3-4 fights, if De Los Santos is still around, hey, get that win back if you can. I just think it's a bad style matchup. And I also think that De Los Santos is a lot better than people realize. For the people who are subscribed to my channel, y'all saw I've been talking about how, De Los Santos is going to knock this guy out, De Los Santos, by the way, has over I think he had 265 amateur fights. 265 amateur fights. Has 15 wins, and 14 of them are knockout. Like, the power is legit. And again, from the people I spoke to, all the Dominican fighters I called, they all told me the same thing. Like, yo, this guy can crack. So I just don't think it would be in his best interest to rematch. At least not now. Give Rayo a couple years. And let's not be too hard on Rayo. Rayo's 23. Don't get me wrong, De Los Santos is 22. So, it was an evenly matched, as far as age-wise. But Rayo's 23. Him taking a loss this early is the same thing with what I say with Elvis Rodriguez. Not everybody's going to go through cleanly all the way into their championship fight undefeated. Some people are going to hit a bump in the road, and that's where you see if a guy's a man or if a guy, is somebody who has zero confidence or you could just rattle. We'll see. We'll see what he's made of afterwards. Rayo doesn't strike me as the soft mentally type. He was upset about the stoppage and he wanted to continue, but I'm not going to write Rayo off. But I also will say that a rematch directly against De Los Santos is mismanagement. It would be a bad business move, and I think De Los Santos could really hurt him, especially if you get a referee who is going to allow the fight to go on longer. Like, let's say he gets like a Steve Smoger ref in that, because Steve Smoger is somebody he gives you every opportunity to fight and get your comeback, for you to come back. So you get a guy like Steve Smoger, that beatdown may last 7-8 rounds, and you may never be the same. So I personally do not want to see an immediate rematch. I remember folks saying you were tripping, Broadway. Yeah, man. The thing is, I already had a feeling that De Los Santos was going to win, but I was like, before I make that prediction, I wanted to make a few calls. And again, everybody told me, yo, nah, man, that's the guy. Like, they were all the way every Dominican fighter was talking to me about De Los Santos had me so confident, just based off how they were confident. And look, that's exactly what happened. Benavidez Sr. got them boys offense on swole, but the defense will be exposed every time. Someone has something near top level with enough athleticism and good chin. Hold on 1 second. Let's just take. All right. Nessa's gonna hop on in a minute or so. He just texted me. All right. So good. At least I got a response. Yeah, so Nessa hop on in a bit. I'm trying to catch up. These comments coming in quick. Everybody hit that. There we go. James Valdez. I appreciate that. Everybody smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe. At this point, I feel like I've earned a subscription. You know what I'm saying? All the content I'm bringing to you, all these interviews I'm getting. I feel like I've earned a subscription if you're not subscribed. And if you are, what you can do is hit that like button, A super chat's appreciated. I love it. I would prefer it. Of course, I want some money. Who doesn't want money? But a like is for free, and that's you still contributing to the channel. So I appreciate you for everybody who hit that like button. Told you Les had a light up. Hey, maybe. Maybe that is what it is. I don't know. Or maybe he's getting fitted for his suit. Who knows? Because he's coming on. Matter of fact, that's the first question I'm gonna ask him. I'm be like, yo, where's your suit, bro? When I was on your show, I had a suit on. I need you in a suit. Which, by the way, y'all talk about being hot. I forgot to turn the AC on here. I'm burning hot in here. Hold on. Santos versus Adorno on Tank undercard. I mean, Adorno, if I'm not mistaken, he can't make 135 anymore. Like, and if he could make 35, honestly, nah. I'm high on De Los Santos. Put it like that. I think De Los Santos will beat Isaac Cruz. I just want to like, so people that ask me, all right, how do you feel about De Los Santos? Is he good? Is he this? Is he that? How do I feel? I think he can beat Isaac Cruz. That lets you know what level I think De Los Santos is. I think he can beat Isaac Cruz, and I think he knocks him out. Adorno did not fight Rivera at 135. They fought at 140. So, to correct you. Which, by the way, there's a since I got you guys on, there's a Dominican fighter fighting this Friday on a ShowBox, and I met him in Florida, and Elvis Rodriguez was asking me to interview him. He's like, yo, and then the guy, he came up to me, he's like, yo, I see your interviews. I'm Dominican. I'm a boxer. I need you to interview me. I never met him. I never seen him fight before. I actually saw a fight of his on YouTube yesterday. And I told him, I was like, listen, you want to, he's told me, I got a fight on Showtime coming up. The ShowBox coming up. And I was like, all right. He showed me his opponent. He's fighting an undefeated fighter. And I said, how about this? I'll give you an interview as long as you beat that guy. And he just kind of smiled. And he was like, all right, I'm going to get that interview, this, that, and the third. And I hit him up on Instagram. And I was like, hey, listen, Get that win, and you got the interview, and he's like, I got you. So that's definitely gonna be a cool story. Hopefully he gets a win. Hopefully he gets an impressive win. It's against an undefeated Filipino. Let me get the guy's name because I don't want to leave you guys in the air as far as who I'm talking about and who his opponent is, because you guys may know his opponent or him. Who knows? Some of you guys are super duper hardcore. Y'all be knowing everything. So, and damn, man, if I was off on Fridays, I would hop in my car and drive to Atlantic City, man, because that's where the fight is in Atlantic City. I would. It's all right. Hold on 1 second. There we go. His name is Frenzy Fortunato. He has a weird name. Frenzy Fortunato Saya. So he's 13-1 with 10 KOs. But that one loss, listen, that one loss was a knockdown, drag-out fight. He fought in Argentina against an Argentinian, dropped him twice in the second round, dropped him once in the third, once in the fifth, but then he himself got dropped twice in the 8th and once in the 10th and lost a 10-round decision. It was a close fight, a fight that could have gone either way, to be honest. I thought he won, but it like, even you can say like, oh, he's fighting in the other guy's hometown, but I thought the fight was close enough. But yeah, this is a guy. He's 5'10", fights in the featherweight division, and he's fighting Bernard Angelo Torres, who's 16-0 with 7 knockouts. He's Philippines, but he's based out of Norway. I've never heard of Filipinos in Norway. Most of his fights have been in either Norway or Spain. He has nobody of note that he's fought. But again, I told him, hey, beat him and you go on the show. You could beat this guy, I'll have you on the show. Yo, Big Fish Vega, what's up with you, bro? What's up with you? This dude has been in my chats the last 2-3 weeks. Well, last 2 weeks, I want to say, telling me about Oscar Collazo versus Eric Mini Pac-Man Rosa. Yo, listen, tell Oscar Collazo to get his weight up. Tell Oscar Collazo to make more of a name for himself, because he's getting slept by my man Eric Rosa. I got Nestor Gibbs, the man of the hour.
What's up?
What's going on, my brother?
All good, baby. How are you, man? How's the audio? I put my earbud on. Hopefully it sounds good.
Now you definitely breaking up heavy. I don't know where you at. The service is horrible.
I'm in Top Ranks Gym.
Oh, okay. All right, you look better now.
I'm on the Wi-Fi.
All right, now you good now. You good now. I don't know what happened earlier. So first I want to talk about. Oh, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, it's going. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. Now, first, I want to talk about listen, the upset of I think is already the upset of the year. I think that trumps Hector Garcia beating Chris Cobra. The upset of the year, Edwin De Los Santos knocking out Rayo Valenzuela in 3 rounds. What did you make of that, and how surprised were you when that happened?
Extremely surprised. I never heard of De Los Santos. I know he lost to William Foster II, but I didn't even watch that fight. That fight was like off TV.
No, it wasn't off TV. It was on Showbox.
I didn't see it. Where's that at? Philadelphia?
I don't remember where it was. Oh, no, it was in Florida.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that. It was a split decision loss from what I seen. I just figured that the A side would do what he did. I actually know Rayo, so even if I knew De Los Santos, I wasn't going to pick him because I've been in camp with Rayo. I watched Rayo spar. So De Los Santos had to show us that he can do what he did, because I would have still picked Rayo. Like, look how many times Rayo got up. The boy's like, a world-class fighter. So I would have relied on that and leaned on that. But shout out to Edwin, man. He did his thing and he made a name for himself. It's crazy because I just seen a picture posted by Coach Terrific that he had Edwin De Los Santos in his gym. So I don't know if it's an old picture, but it's crazy because that means that he used to work out in, the same gym I used to work out in New Jersey and train with that trainer, or at least knows that trainer. But yeah, this dude flew under my radar, but he definitely made a name for himself. He's here now, and I mean, he gave us the perfect trifecta. I guess in less than 21 days, 3 Dominican champions. Whether you consider this a full title, because it's not. Obviously, Venezuela had some sort of regional WBC strap, but 3 Dominicans strapped up. I'm shocked. I'm still very true to me, and I don't pick Dominicans. Like, they're gonna have to continue to do their thing and prove it to me. Like, if right now Alberto Puello and Tio go down, I'm gonna have to pick Tio. Puello didn't look as good as I thought he would. I've been watching him here at the Top Rank Gym spar. I was high on, but it looked like under the lights. He got the win, but he like I seen him look in here versus a world champion. You know what I'm saying? I seen him look very good. Maybe he did what he had to do to get the win, but because he looked the way that he looked, I'll pick Tio over him. You know what I'm saying? But I hope they continue to prove me wrong. I hope that the stigma that I have put on Dominicans can be lifted, because I don't believe they train. I think they're lazy. That's the first
stop
thing.
stop that. We gotta stop that, bro. Esto no son los dominicanos de antes, bro. That's it.
Jason Rosario is our only unified champion. We know he was lazy. There's reports of having Snicker bars under his bed. Joan Guzman infamously missed weight.
Come on, and you bringing up Joan Guzman? That's 20 years ago, bro.
Javier Fortuna never won the big fight. I mean, look, I'm not trying to, like, I'm Dominican, bro. I want them to win, but I don't know that we have a ATG Dominican fighter just yet. They got again.
Great. I mean, we don't have one yet, but I'm talking this crop of Dominican fighters coming up right now is different, bro. It's different. Trust me. I wouldn't be putting. Listen, by the way, you probably not subscribed because I was telling everybody Rayo's going to sleep. I was telling everybody.
No way.
I was like, yo,
why wouldn't you text me? You text me for this. You can't text me to say, yo, dime, manito, oye, si no me crees, está todo, pero ponte ni que sea 20. God, damn, bro.
Yo, son.
I promise you, I would have made the bet. I would have told my audience that I'm making the bet based off you, because I know you. Like, we was talking about you on my show today. I said, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, because I do like 3 fucking episodes. So I know yesterday we talked about you and because Julius is Dominican, but he does women, and you Dominican do all Dominican, women and men. Which you need to bring that girl from DR on your show. She's with Sean Bach. She's pretty decent, bro. I don't know if you know
Santana?
Is it Santana? She's very whiter than you and I.
Oh, no. I know who you're talking about. She's from Santiago. My father knows her. I know who you're talking about. But honestly, I'll be honest, and I'm all shout out to all the women in the world, but I really don't follow the women like that. The only one I really follow is Amanda Serrano, and that's because I know her personally. I know her since we were teenagers. So, like, that's the only one I really follow like that. So that's why I haven't really gotten too deep into there. But yo, I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more positive on these Dominicans coming up, man.
I want to be like you. Thank you to you. You brought me to Hector, and I got to him and see a difference. Us as Latinos, we all believe in God, so that shit don't fool me no more. When it's like, no, everybody, I want to see your dedication and in training, because that's where it matters, man. You need in this sport, and again, that is where most Dominicans lack. I mean, Jason Rosario got knocked out with a jab to the stomach, bro. Like, that's lack of training.
You bringing up one guy, man. You keep bringing up Jason Rosario.
Fortuna struggled. Fortuna's best weight was at 26. He moved up because he eats too much, bro. Like, when he knocked out Yandel Evans on ESPN a million years ago, when it was Friday Night Fights, like, that's when he was hot. He struggled with
But again,
Omar
that's the
Douglas.
I feel like he's the previous generation. The new generation.
You're right.
Michelle
Okay,
Rivera,
okay.
Elvis Rodriguez,
We ain't see
Buello,
Michelle step
Garcia.
up. We ain't see Michelle step up. Garcia
No,
stepped up.
we didn't see Michelle step up, not for any fault of his own. You don't think he's willing to fight everybody?
I think he's waiting. Yeah, I think it is his fault. I think him and his team are waiting on the possibility of getting that Tank fight, and that's why they idle. Like, why didn't he fight Rayo? Rayo's been on every pay-per-view. They've been pushing Rayo. Rayo wasn't supposed to lose. Let me tell you, that was a
No,
mistake. You know
I know he wasn't, and that's why
They invested money into him, and again, if Michel Ali was the man, they'd have threw him in there with Rayo. Rayo was their dude, bro. He was Mexican.
When I spoke to Samson about making that fight, it was funny you mentioned that. He told me, and shout out to Lefty from Chicken Talk. He was on the Twitter space with us. He told us that he's not making that fight until each of them making $1 million. So is that him or is that his promoter?
I mean, the promoter works for you, bro. I mean, Benavidez should have got rid of Samson the minute Samson said, we're not talking about Andre unless it's $7 million, then we can start the conversation. Like, you can't have a promoter out here representing you like that. Like, did you see Twitter today? You seen Charles Conwell check Lou DiBella as his promoter? Like, bro, don't be saying that shit. How does that help me as a fighter if you're my promoter? Like,
I get it.
Samson can't say certain things. You work for the fighter. If that fighter wants that fight or doesn't want that fight, then you relay that message, but you don't relay your own, not without talking to the fighter.
All right. I want to get to a couple super chats and then I want to continue this conversation on Dominican boxing. So
Let's
first,
go.
somebody's asking us a $2 super chat is Golby Mato says Tio versus Tank. What do y'all think?
I mean, I'm Tank all day. Unless he fights Devin Haney, then I'm going Devin Haney. I believe the boxer will always beat the puncher. I believe the boxer has more tools. I've been hearing for a long time, though, that Tank is a phenomenal boxer. He's obviously showed us that in the Isaac Cruz fight where he had to box with one hand. So, I think that the tango to make is Devin and Tank. But I would give the edge to Tank over Tio until I see Tio do what he did to who was that dude he fought? Campa?
Oh, Campa. Yeah.
He got to do that to somebody on the level. Do that to Comey. Do that to like I don't know somebody.
Yeah, somebody decent at 140. And honestly, 140 is a division where he can prove himself. There's plenty of smoke over there. Somebody's at. By the way, I would pick. If I knew Tio was mentally right, I would pick Tio. But since I can't guarantee that, I would pick Tank. Francisco's asking, this is what he's not asking, he's telling us, this is what we needed. Joel and Ness, Dominicans run as this boxing media game. De lo mío, coñazo.
Let's go. Nah, man. The minute that we connected, that's it. We stay connected, man. It's a wrap. Now it's only content to make and goals to crush from here. I was just telling you when you're coming back out, you got to come to the new studio.
You did hit me up. And Carlos Adama has been blowing up my phone to go out there because he wants me to go out there to record him and for his, to give him some promotion.
Set me up, bro. Set me up with Adamas to come on the show. My man's super lazy. See, this is what I'm saying. I got 2 studios, and I can't get this man to come in at 7, at 8, or 12.
He needs me out there. He need me out there. When I go out there, I'll guarantee you I'll get him on the show.
Man, somebody just got clobbered in spine.
He's at the contact, James.
Everybody's like, ooh, I see people running around and shit.
All right, so what do you think of the Dominicans we got now? Like, what's your opinion on them? Like Hector Luis Garcia,
I mean, Edwin.
Elvis.
I think out of everybody, I'm riding with Edwin because I know Rayo personally, so I know how he works. Like that, what we saw was not a fluke. That was raw power that Edwin has. That right hook is crazy. His talk, his in and out movement. He's having fun in there. And again, I know Rayo. I know Rayo trained. There's only one doubt in my mind. It's very small that because it was a last minute opponent, because it was like 7 days, short notice, that Rayo thought, I'm gonna get this dude out of here. He's a Dominican, just like Colbert. You know, they look at the record, they see that you fought and knocked out people in Santo Domingo, so they don't care because I could go knock out people in DR. You know what I'm saying? So nobody believes that shit. So, you know, that's what you got that maybe Rayo overlooked this dude. But other than that, he took it to Rayo and he showed he's good, bro.
Yeah,
he's real good.
If they overlooked him because of their record, they didn't know that Hector Luis Garcia had over 300 amateur fights and Edwin De Los Santos had over 265
well, we know.
amateur fights. So it's like
at our gym. Well, we know that he overlooked him. I mean, Colbert said it. He's like, bro, look at his record, who he fought, who he knocked out. Like, he didn't care that he knocked out. He said who he knocked out. So we know he overlooked. And if Colbert can do that, you know Rayo did that. Rayo's over there with David Benavidez. That's the big dog. And Rayo's up next. Because in that camp, it's Benavidez, David, Rayo, Junior, Pacheco. That in that order. So I felt like maybe, you know, Rayo overlooked him slightly, but outside of that, definitely Edwin. And you know, I'm giving Hector.
I was gonna say, man, you gotta give Hector some love, man.
No, he did his thing. He beat Gilberto. He did it good. I mean, Gutierrez, excuse me. He beat Gutierrez. It was decent. It ain't look like the Colbert fight.
But he dominated the first 9 rounds.
All right, but it wasn't as exciting as the Colbert fight. Maybe because Gutierrez was just like not doing shit.
I was just gonna say that. People tell me, "Oh, he didn't get the stoppage." I'm like, yeah. If Gutierrez would have been opening up in those early rounds, he would have got the stoppage. He was just.
It's hard to stop somebody that's defensive minded. But I'm just saying, I gotta get more fights out of them because I want Puello to be everything that I told my audience. Like, you know, I seen a couple of his sessions and I thought this dude was like Michael Jordan of boxing, but then he gets in there and it's like mediocre almost, slightly above that. So I'm like, damn, what happened? The lights? Because sometimes dudes are great in there right now sparring in front of 50 people, but you get in front of 20,000, 17,000, even 8,000 and it's a different fighter.
Well, what did you make of the decision? I thought Puello won, but I thought it was a fight that could have gone either way. Some people on Twitter really thought Akmadov.
I'm gonna be real. I was biased because, you know, obviously I met Puello, I watched him, and I told my audience everything. We bet money on it, so I wasn't beat. I was rooting for Puello. I probably had more rounds going to Puello than I should have, but I told them that. I bet on them because of everything that I seen. So once I bet on you, I'm biased. I'm just looking for rounds to give you, and I'm hoping they gave you the decision. I probably said on that live, like, you know, I don't want him to get the win. Like, fuck it, rob him because I had a parlay on that bitch too. So outside of straight money,
was the parlay with Garcia?
No, yeah. My parlay was I think it was a 3 or 4 team parlay, but it was definitely both Dominicans to win, and somebody who was an underdog, but it wasn't an underdog to us, and I think we got the win, but obviously I can't remember that shit.
So this recent, and whether you want to admit it or not, because it looks like you don't want to admit it, this recent rise
of better. They're better.
All right, so this recent rise of Dominican.
But you got to remember too, though, like there's more now. Back then, what we had.
No, but the thing is, now we getting the investment. You see how we making names on short notice. Short notice with Hector Garcia. Short notice with De Los Santos. All that used to happen back in the days, but it was a lot less investment. Samson Lukowitz has a lot of investment. Now there's a promoter in the Dominican Republic, Sean Boxing, who's also invested.
Yeah, and she's a female.
I know. I interviewed.
Ain't that crazy?
And she's very beautiful.
She is.
But she's very cool and very nice, and she knows her boxing and stuff like that, man.
Bro, that's so crazy that it's a female. Like, there's no one else partnered with her?
I'm sure she has business partners, but from when I interviewed Puello and I asked him, who do you dedicate this win to? He pointed to his promoter. He goes, I dedicated to Belica Peña. She believed me when nobody else did. Da, 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 da. So obviously, she's really invested with the fighters.
Man, hook me up. I want to go do the commentary on a card. Tell her get that Wi-Fi. We're gonna stream it to my channel, bro. I would love to go out there and do a show, man.
We got to make something happen. Next time I speak with her, I'll link us. I'll link us together. Somebody from your audience, Big Fish Vegas says TBV for life. Shout out Ness. Get to know Oscar Collazo. Ness don't like the lower weights, man. He ain't gonna get to know you. But
Bam Rodriguez has made me a fan of the lower weights, bro. I'm ready to see Bam versus anybody. I want him versus Nonito and Inoue. I know that those are not his divisions, but I see the skill. I see the
those
talent.
are the names you recognize. Yeah, I get.
Well, those are the names that would make him a crossover. Like obviously, Inoue's at 118. Bam is down there, and yes, he still got the Chocolatitos, Cuadra, and Estrada maybe. But like none of those names are Donaire or Inoue.
I got you. So can you give me a scouting report on Henry Cedeno Martinez? A lot of people keep telling me to check this guy out.
Ken Porter?
Yeah, the guy who trains with Ken Porter. I haven't seen him fight. How good is he?
That's strange. You're the voice, bro. What happened?
No, the thing is with him, I'm like, yo, if you're not fighting on Showtime, DAZN, or ESPN, like, yo, my man, you're not fighting for me. If I gotta, you get what I'm saying?
You gotta get brought up. Sometimes, it's crazy because he's a declarated amateur. His brother made it a little further. I think his brother qualified and made it to the Olympics, or they both got.
His brother advanced as well. He won 2 fights in the Olympics.
There you go. And what, Hendry got eliminated in the first round?
I don't think Hendry
in the previous attempt, not in this one, because his brother stood. Henry turned pro.
I don't think Hendry made the Olympic team. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think he made.
I thought he did, but yeah, man, he's good. He switches. He gets good sparring out here with Porter, and he's under Ken Porter's tutelage. I hear he's a bit of a head case though. I don't know how far. I don't know how far he's gonna make it because he's one of those dudes that might fuck up a good situation. Yeah, man. I'll just leave it at that. Hopefully he keeps his head on his shoulders, and he keeps moving. But
all right, yeah. Oh, let's hope everything.
But he is good, bro. He is good. He switches.
Next time I'm in Vegas, I need you to link me with him. Next time I'm in Vegas.
Sure.
Yo, can we get more Dominicans on the boxing voice? Listen, I'm doing my part. I'm getting all the. Listen,
they lazy. I promise you. Ever since I met Alberto Puello, I've been trying to get him on the show. I got him on my channel. I ain't get him on the show. Why? Because he got to get up. He got to catch a cab and come at 7 or 8 in the morning. They lazy. Carlos Adames, la misma mierda. I've interviewed him here. I've recorded him sparring. I mean, not sparring, but training. I've watched him spar. You think he's been to the studio? Maybe once, and I'm not sure if I'm confusing him for the fucking Cuban Gomez. So let me tell you, they're lazy. They're lazy.
That was the most racist shit I heard. You confusing the Cuban for the Dominican. Nah, I'm messing with you.
They train with the same trainer, and they kind of look alike. One is bigger than the other.
That's funny. All right, so moving on from the Dominican boxing, I actually want to ask you about how you got started. So what made you start the boxing voice?
Void, man. I felt there was a void, man. I felt that, and there was. Obviously, now there's millions of channels and hundreds that cater. The way that you cater to your audience and I cater to mine. But when I started podcasting, boxing podcasts didn't even exist on YouTube. Like, I was the first dude to do video podcasts on YouTube. They were talking boxing on YouTube, but I'm talking podcasts. Like, that's the reason I'm in the studio, because people didn't separate that either. Like, they see you on YouTube and they just think you're a YouTuber. Like, there's an entire different world out there from YouTube that's called podcasting and listening to podcasts that's much bigger. You know, there's iTunes, there's Spotify, there's iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker, all these, you know, hundreds of locations that you can listen to audio form conversation only. And it's actually a different revenue source as well. So, you know, I get confused for a podcaster because I'm on YouTube, but YouTube is just my ability to get free advertisement. It's one of the biggest websites in the world. So being on YouTube puts me out there. But I'm more of a podcast, and I started it because there was a void, right? There was like nowhere I can call in after the fight. What do you do? Like, if you wasn't doing what you're doing right this minute, what did you do before that after the fight on a Saturday night? Let alone in the East Coast. It's 1:30 in the fucking morning. There's no one to talk to. Maybe you got one friend in your clique that knows boxing, and all he fucking knows is Floyd or Mike Tyson, and you get frustrated. So, you know, Twitter was new. I was on it a lot more. I'm not on it no more. That shit is toxic now. But I was on it a lot more, and you know, I found like minds and people, and it became easier to talk boxing. But I listened to certain shows, and I just didn't. Again, I didn't like that they weren't catering to us. Like, yeah, after the fight, the show host would come and tell us what he thought. He would tell us how he'd seen the fight and what he thought about the bad decision. But it's like, bro, there's people on the other end of this that want to tell you the same thing or debate and don't agree with you. So I feel like I catered and tried to cater to my listeners and to eventually my callers. And yeah, man, I started it because of that, because who the fuck has a friend that knows enough about boxing that you can have conversations with, unless you're in this industry and your friend is also in the industry?
Yeah. Do you ever think it'd get this far, man? Yo, you making big moves, bro. No?
Never. And I honestly think and tell people, I believe that's why it's gotten to where it's gotten, because I never got into it for money. And I see people, they ask me all the time. I try to do the opposite of how I was treated. Like, I had dudes asking me for $2,000 to teach me how to do certain things, and trying to charge you for hourly rate for consultations. I'm the exact opposite. Not only do I get smaller channels on my channel, give them a platform, give them an opportunity, but I don't charge nobody for no fucking advice, and I give them advice. You know, I don't hate, I don't hold shit back. I don't want you to make any of the mistakes that I did, because for what? You know?
Yeah. Do you remember the first fight you got media credentials for?
Nah, man. I remember my first interview, though. It was Danny Garcia and Gabriel Rosado on the same show, and it was called The Philly Special.
Man, that's what's up. I remember you had a good relationship with Danny Garcia. You was out driving to Philly all the time. I remember.
Yeah, nah, that's still my dude, man. He's still the guy, man. I actually was nervous. I didn't know that he would win that Jose Benavidez Jr. fight. I thought if Jose could just come any bit, you know, similar to how he used to look in that Crawford fight, Danny was in for a tough ass fight. But Jose didn't let his hands go enough. But nah, I'm a Danny Garcia guy for sure.
No, for sure. I remember. When did you realize that you were making a big impact on YouTube and podcast world and all that? Like, what was the moment that you're like, oh shit, I'm kind of like a big deal?
I never used the phrase big deal, let alone think it, but I definitely said to myself, when I had Bob's number, like his cell phone number, and I also watched it go from like Android or non-iPhone to iMessage and still have that number, I felt good. So I guess that, you know, meeting Al Heyman, like that's still something that I feel like, you know, to this day, I've had 3 conversations, 3 different meetups. I know dudes ain't never seen that motherfucker.
So
I know fighters that never called them, that he never called them, they never spoke to him, they never met him.
Wait, so he's called you before? Like, yo,
no,
meet me here?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
So you say
absolutely not. Do not misunderstand. I met up with him 3 times at 3 different events and got to speak to him, and he gave me the time of day. After the first time, I told myself, yo, if I see him again, I'm gonna tell him my story, and I'm talking about everything. I'm gonna tell him the struggle. I'm gonna tell him how I'm here and how much that interview will change my life. So I did. It was Canelo Mayweather. They shut down Times Square. Al Heyman is in his fucking peacoat in the middle of the whole press conference, all the way in the back though. And I'm like, bro, that's Al Heyman. You know, it's the same picture on the internet, so nobody knows that's Al. And I get my opportunity to talk to him. But yeah, that shit didn't work. He ain't giving out no videos. And I recorded him. I actually, you know, I got which is crazy, right? Because I've seen the Watson brothers tell people like, bro, delete that video, delete that picture if you take a picture or record out. And I still got footage of Al in the Barclays Center on my channel that no one's ever emailed me to take down. Look, Demetrius Andre, his team had emailed me in the past, like, yo, take down that interview that we did, and I called Canelo a bitch. I'm like, nah, bro, that's staying up. That's staying up.
Yo, so how was moving to Las Vegas, man? Like, you a Jersey dude, then you moved to Florida. Was it intimidating? And then you moved to Vegas. Was that intimidating? Was it exciting? What was that feeling like moving to
I don't know that I would use the term intimidating. It was exciting. It was nerve-wracking. And it was very rapid, bro. It was very rapid. Like, the dude that wanted to get me out here, he wanted that shit ASAP. And it's just so much, you know. You're talking about relocating your entire family, you know, running your business from an entirely different state. So it required not only moving across country, taking all of my cars, my dogs that can't fly. So it was a bitch, bro. I ain't gonna front. That was not fun at all. But Vegas is the shit. It's made it better for me because like my day starts so much earlier because I kept my same schedule, and that show is at 9 a.m. Eastern, so that's really 6 a.m. out here. So I gotta wake up earlier. I'm at work earlier, so I'm out of work earlier. So I go to gyms more. I get to build more relationships, network more. So, you know, in a weird way, this was the best move ever. I mean, honestly, I bought my home the other day. I won't move back.
Congrats,
if I move from here, it's because the next opportunity was bigger. But as of today, it feels like I'm in the right place.
Yo, bro, when I was out there and I made all the connections in one day, I made mad connections.
Because there's pockets everywhere, bro. There's little gyms. There's gyms I still haven't been to, bro. There's so many gyms, and then you can go to Cali.
Yeah, nah. I told my girl, I was like, we moving out here, but she not with it. That's the only thing. It's a little difficult. I gotta do a little bit more convincing. You know what it is? I gotta start making more money here off the YouTube to convince her that out there it's gonna get bigger. Cause yo, out there, man, I see my business just booming right away just based off the relationships I made in one day.
You got to take a chance, you know, maybe leave her, come out there for 90 days and show her the numbers. Numbers don't lie. Men and women do.
Yeah, man. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad. I was thinking of taking a trip out there at least once a month and then starting it that way.
If you can afford it, or if you look back, and this is some public advice, probably better off air, but if you look back and you see that the videos you did out here cover your plane ticket, then go. Because if they covered your plane ticket the first time, they'll cover your plane ticket in your hotel the next time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So moving to Vegas, how has that affected your business?
It's horrible because honestly, the cost of living out here is very high. Thankfully, right now the gas just started to come down, bro. But I was paying like fucking $110 a tank out here. Dang. It's no joke. You talking taxes, you talking gas, and just cost of living, period, food, everything. A fucking California roll is like $7.95. It don't make no sense, let me tell you. They out here tripping, but
Your hands
again,
on the camera. Your hands on the camera.
My bad. They out here tripping with the prices, but it's a give and take. Like I'm paying more for gas, but I'm sponsored by the biggest dispensary, so I'm not spending that money. Uh, taxes is high, but I made connections and I eat for free every day, so I'm not spending that money. So there's little things that you won't get in your local city. Maybe you could get it because you in New York and that's more of a populated touristic city, so you could spin and do your things. But I mean, again, this has been fantastic for me. I can't imagine what 5 years from now is going to be. It's the takeover. Tell Tio I stole his name.
That's actually was going to be my next question. Where do you see this going?
Again, I don't. For me, bro. For me, everything could end. Everything that happened this year could end, and I could go back to Florida and still be good. Like I was just in Florida. You seen that? My audience they like Florida Nest more than they like Vegas Nest. I promise you. And my shows are longer in Florida. Like I got more time. I work from home. It's my shit. I'm happier because I smoke in studio. Over here, it's a beautiful studio. It's a casino. But guess what? It's a casino. I ain't smoking in there. The other morning studio, it's a beautiful studio. Right now, Terrence Crawford and Keyshawn are at my gym. I got to leave, end this, and go over there. It's a beautiful situation, but it ain't my house. I can smoke in my studio in my house. I got a pool in my backyard. So I don't know where this is going to go, but because it's my passion is the reason I told you all that day. I don't got to grow no more.
I see what you're saying.
I could stay where I'm at because I'm already happy doing what I'm doing. All this shit is extra, bro. Like my goal after this, because this went from a hobby to a business. This wasn't my business. This was a hobby. So once it became business, the goal was move your family out of Jersey, buy a house in Florida. Man, I did that times two. I bought the Corvette, the house, and the fucking pool. So it's like, I don't need no more. This is all extra. When the other studio, whatever comes is extra. Like, I started this because I didn't have Broadway Joel to talk to. I didn't know that you existed and you were as educated in the sport as me. And I could call you and be like, bro, did you see what the fuck Edwin De Los Santos did? I didn't have that. So, being able to have that now, being able to call you and discuss that fight and still take care of my family, I'm good. I'm happy.
Nah, that's definitely some dope shit, and it's definitely I want to say like inspiring. I remember pulling up and seeing a Corvette. I'm like, all right, if I stick to it, I could get one myself. I remember thinking that myself.
Absolutely,
like,
man.
Pulling up, man, and your studio is lit. Of course, I had to be the first guest.
You didn't come to the new one, right?
Well, not the win. I went to the new one
the new second one. Yeah.
I went there.
And you still got to come back to there because we weren't even barely, halfway done decorating. But now it's looking. Now it's looking very good. We got beautiful artwork everywhere. Like the picture with Andy, we had a painter paint that. It's like it's a lot of it's beautiful. Hopefully.
Bro, don't worry. You're not gonna get rid of me that easy. I'll be there for sure, bro. I'll be there.
I ain't even trying to, champ. I ain't even trying.
No, I'm saying you're like, hopefully you're gonna come, bro. Not hopefully, I am. Trust me. I want to get to some super chats.
Come for Canelo, bro. Like, cause you'll get your Dominican content and you'll get outside of your niche content, so it might be worth it for you.
Now, you know what it is that my work schedule, bro. I work weekends. Gotcha. Like for me, like when I flew out there, I was on paternity leave. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I was good. Like I was like I don't work, but I work weekends, so it makes it hard. I have to use vacation days when I put it in for the vacation.
No, listen,
they have to get approved.
Don't feel bad. Let me tell you, don't feel bad. You got to go through all that because I put in for vacation. I took sick days, and then eventually you're going to take days non-paid. You're going to go to your boss. You're going to be like, yo, I need tomorrow off. I don't want the money because it's bigger for you. The event, the press conference, whoever you're gonna meet is gonna be bigger long term. So believe me, man, been there, done that. Fuck it. At least you live in New York, bro. I used to hate going over there for them Danny Garcia press con. $65 just in parking, 20 something dollars, $18 in the tolls. It's like, nah, man, it's crazy. Over here, everything is pop, 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 20
Nah,
minutes.
yo, I loved it out there. I loved it out there. Randy says you and Ness doing English commentary for Sean Boxing would be fire.
She seriously needs to consider that because right now, she's catering to the Latin demographic only. And there's guys like Alberto Cuello that will cross over. So why not introduce him to the American speaking language beforehand, before he's already some regional champ, before he's already some mandatory that no one knows. Let's get him out there. Definitely talk to her. I think it's a fantastic idea. Yeah. I mean, budget is going to be the issue because she's in VR. It's like,
she's gonna have to fly us out, put us in the hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that virtually. It will be too many issues virtually with the connection and the lagging.
For sure. Juan de la Cruz says, "You imagine a stacked card with Dominican champions defending their titles at the Barclays Center, rightfully promoted Rivera or Red Wing opening. I don't know. I guess that might have been an autocorrect. I don't know who's red. I think." Edwin opening the card.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to act like we're rocket scientists. Like, why haven't Dominicans done well in New York in the past? I don't know.
We haven't had the talent. We haven't had the talent, bro. That's what it now we got it.
Let me tell you, bro. No, you don't, because if you ever had it, you had it with Joanne. Like, when are they ever gonna call another Dominican?
Joanne fought in the lower weight class.
But it's about
Joanne fought in the hold on. Damn, bro. Joanne fought in the lower weight class, also was missing weight, and was never really in a fight where, like, he never got the Marquez fight, the Valero fight, the Pacquiao fight, the Morales fight. He never got those fights. So, like, get that rub, like,
You know what he did get?
Humberto Soto?
No, what he did get is going to be very difficult for any Dominican coming after him to get is the popularity, the notoriety, the big name trainer, and the nickname, bro. Like, my man's nickname was Baby or Little Mike Tyson. No one's ever getting that again. Yeah. No, it was in English. HBO would say it on their airways. No one's ever getting that again. Dude had Floyd Mayweather Sr. as his trainer in his prime. No Dominican is getting that again. Like, I just seen Floyd Sr. Saturday. He ain't training people no more. He's not there no more.
Yeah.
So I don't know that any Dominican is going to be ever bigger than Joanne because how?
I disagree. One, they got me now. They got me. I'm the voice of Dominican boxing. So things gonna change just with me alone. So that's just first of all. Second of all, now that there's so much investment in Dominican boxing, it's only gonna get. We're bound to hit. What Filipino sells tickets? Pacquiao did. Why? Because Pacquiao was a great fighter. People develop from.
But they invest in Filipinos more than Dominicans. I mean,
I guess Nonito Donaire and
Manny Pacquiao. No, Plania,
those guys ain't draws. Those guys ain't draws.
No, I said they invest more in Filipino.
No. What I'm saying is, you said that they're never gonna. If Joanne never became a draw, no other Dominican is gonna become a draw. And I'm telling you, that's one.
No, that's not what I said. What I said is, Joanne is the biggest, and I don't think anyone can come before him, after him, to top him, because they won't get a Floyd Sr. in their corner for that notoriety, for that casual.
Elvis Rodriguez got Freddie Roach,
bro, and he got cut.
Yeah, and now he's on top. Yeah, I'm glad he got cut by PBC, by Top Rank. Now he's with PBC. They gonna treat him right. They gonna pay him right. He got Freddie Roach in his corner,
but it's a different machine. It's a different machine. PBC pays you right, but they don't promote you like Top Rank.
He's from Lomina. That's the same neighborhood as Lapi Consciente. Lapi Consciente be tweeting him, be reposting him on his IG every now and then. It's only a matter of time before Elvis Rodriguez becomes a world champion. I told you that's the Dominican that I feel has the most potential. Right now, I don't think he's the best. I think Hector Luis Garcia is the best. He has the best resume to prove it. But as far as potential, I think that Elvis Rodriguez has it. He's a good-looking kid, knocks people out. Freddie Roach in his corner. I think he has the potential to become a star.
No.
We'll see. I'm gonna clip this. I'm gonna save this video. And when it happens, you're gonna be surprised.
How they gonna do that on PBC, bro? Like,
what do you mean? PBC got Spence. They got Wilder. They got Tank.
Spence speaks English, lives in Dallas, and is cool with Jerry Jones. Like, that's easy. Who the fuck they gonna put next to this guy you're talking about?
Elvis Rodriguez knows Broadway Joel personally, bro. Just me alone.
So now, outside of Broadway Joel, who else is he gonna be around to give him that? You know what I mean? That buzz.
You know who? Just let him keep knocking dudes out, and I guarantee you he'll get that buzz.
Listen,
Dominicans, we need a rumble.
Start with the rematch. Why are you ignoring that? Tell him start with the rematch.
Listen, I want him to get the rematch as well.
You want him to walk away from that shit.
No, I never said. Listen, I want him to get the rematch as well. For whatever reason, it hasn't happened. You're gonna have to ask his manager.
Kenny Sims don't got no fucking promoter. He not with Top Rank. Tell them talk that tough shit they was talking. You know his manager, and that's his manager got him. I bet you his manager got him cut because you know his manager and how his manager be talking. So I'm sure he said some shit he wasn't supposed to say.
It wasn't that. He came on my channel and explained that it was somebody from his camp, but it wasn't him himself who had beef.
Bro, let me tell you, that dude would DM me and tell me everybody was ducking Elvis. Everybody. So I could imagine what he'd be saying to the people, the powers that be, when it's time to get a fight, bro. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong because obviously I have no facts to back that up, but I don't know, man. I feel like because Elvis don't even speak English. How you lose a fight, don't speak English and get cut? It's what someone else said. Was it the manager? I don't know.
Chavez never spoke English.
And what Chavez we talking about? Because I don't know no Chavez.
Julio Cesar Chavez.
And who he get cut from?
No, what I'm saying is he became a star. He never spoke English.
Bro, that's the one nationality you don't have to speak English. When has a Mexican star spoken
Sergio Martinez never spoke English.
And he became a superstar?
Well, he fought on pay-per-view against Cotto. He fought on pay-per-view against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
So B-side, being the B-side on the pay-per-view makes you okay. I didn't know Barrios was a superstar. Thanks. I'm
not. Listen, well, listen.
No, thank you. I know now.
No, but he was lineal middleweight champion, got big paydays. I don't understand. Fought in a stadium in Argentina.
He's a big star for Argentina. He's probably the biggest fighter after Carlo Monzon for Argentina, but superstar is a little bit of a stretch. He was the B-side in the Chavez fight.
I never said superstar.
You literally said superstar. But he was the B-side in the Chavez fight. You could. He was the B-side in the Sergio Martinez. I mean, he was the B-side in the Cotto fight. He lost to Margarito, never avenged it. Fuck, man. I mean, you know, he was decent.
I got one right now.
He was decent.
Felix Trinidad never spoke English. Checkmate.
Bro, again, no, it's not checkmate. You keep mentioning countries that don't need it. Look, let's do this real quick. Mexico, Puerto Rico, they don't need to speak English. We both know that. That rivalry exists in itself. Show me the popular Dominicans. Show me someone other than fucking my man who's Linares. Show me another famous Venezuelan. Show me a famous Honduran that's not Tio, that just happened this generation. You know what I mean? Like, show me all these other Latin-based countries that have these superstars. Don't. It's Mexico and Puerto Rico. Other than that, you better know some English.
No, you know what's funny? That is something I mentioned in my interview with Elvis Rodriguez. I asked him if he's learning English. He said he's taking classes, but you know it's a little bit difficult for him.
Cotto took classes all his fucking life, bro. Like, they gotta learn English. It's just I don't know. And that might not do it because just knowing how to speak doesn't do it. You have to be charismatic. You have to have a personality. No one cares anymore. Like, bro, you want my time and you don't even speak English. You want my time and we don't even relate. You want my time, we got a different culture. What the fuck am I buying your pay-per-view for?
Like, see a fucking knockout.
Nah, bro, it's entertainment. People tune in for entertainment. People tune in to Wilder for entertainment. You know, Wilder gets called no skill by the hardcores, but then is entertainment for the casuals. He's the one on pay-per-view. Outside of Canelo, who's doing more pay-per-views than Wilder?
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, no. All right. I guess I got to stress to these Dominicans, they got to learn English. I guess that's a good point.
Absolutely.
You know what it is?
You know what it is? First of all, outside all the Dominicans, Elvis got the most swag, but again, no English. So, like, how does that translate? Yeah, cool. You getting 5,000 likes on your pictures because you dress like you know English, but you know no fucking English. You know what I'm saying? So what? How is that translating? Cool. You getting 5,000 likes on that picture because you in your little whatever the fuck they call jump Jordans or I don't know dunks. Right? But how many tickets you sold? Where could they put you as a main event and you gonna bring 2,000 tickets? Because Timothy Bradley, for his whole career, got shit on for only selling 2,000 tickets in Palms. But can your man sell 2,000? Well, that's hard to do.
I just think one, they haven't promoted Dominicans correctly, and I'm working on that because I have connections to PBC, and every chance I get, I'm telling them what to do. I'm telling them where to take them and where to bring them. Yo, how the fuck? Yo, they had Elvis Rodriguez and Michelle Rivera fighting in Minnesota on the undercard of a Tim Tszyu fight.
But you
I'm
know,
like, bro, come on, man.
See, but that's what I'm saying. See, I learned a long time ago, like, oh, yeah, Elvis should have been in New York. Put that shit in the BX, word is born, Yankee Stadium. All the Dominicans coming.
Undercard.
And it's true. We believe the Dominicans is coming if we put them in Yankee Stadium and we put them in blah, blah. But it never happens. They never do it. And I'll give you another example of when they do it, it don't work. How many times have we gone to Florida to cater to the Cubans? How many Cuban cards we've done and none of them shits is popping? None of them shits got 10,000 people. None of them shits got 7,000 people. The last one, they did it for $30, God's sakes, man. Get out of here, bro. Certain Latino demographics just don't support, man. Mexico, Puerto Rico. The rest, para la mierda. They don't give a fuck.
I just think the Dominicans, we haven't had the fighters. And I think we do now. I think let's just say, and let's play with me. Whether you agree with that this would happen is irrelevant. Just follow along. Let's just say Michelle Rivera beats Tank. Again, just follow along. And then beats Ryan Garcia.
He's in a rematch, though.
No. All right, so there you go. He beats Tank. Let's just say that. He beats Tank twice. Knocks him out in the first fight. Dominates him in the decision in the second fight. Follow along. This is fake. Oh, and by the way, he speaks English. There you go. He speaks English. What if that would happen?
Barely speaks English.
No. Don't do that to my man Michelle.
Homie barely speaks English. He don't speak English good enough for the people to know for sure what exactly.
And Triple G does?
Let me finish. He don't speak English good enough for the people to know for sure what's going on. Is it him that wants to be Ali? Is it PBC? Did someone tell him? Is it the person that works at PBC? Because he's put out shit on the internet as if someone has told him to change his name. But then when he's followed up on that question, he don't know how to answer it. So it's like, did PBC say it, or is that the word you know because your English is dog shit?
No, his English is not dog shit. He came on my interview. He came on my show, gave me an interview, and anytime I would start talking to him in Spanish, he would tell me to stop and to speak English. So I'm not going to accept that. He does not speak dog shit English. And
so
he
speaks
better
the
English than
confusion?
Triple G.
So where's the confusion at? Did PBC...
No, there's no confusion. He told me personally that PBC.
Okay. So who?
He said PBC. You want to name a name?
Now, my thing is, does he just say PBC because his English is limited? Because who at PBC told you to change your name?
So you want him to be like let's just say you work for PBC.
No, I
Nestor
don't want him
Gibbs
to,
from PBC.
Joel, check me out. I don't want him to do nothing. He already said it. You telling me that the person who told him to change his name not mad that he told you someone told me to change my name? So if you're going to say someone, who the fuck? Because I don't believe it. I can't find no one to corroborate that. Who told you?
Well, I actually did find somebody to corroborate. And
Tell us.
I'm not going to say no names because it's private conversation.
Oh my God.
No, but yo, you don't think I'm a legit source? I broke the news De Los Santos was the replacement. I'm a legit source.
You did,
You know what
but
I'm saying?
my thing is, if it's true, why the secrecy?
What I was told by my PBC source was he got told that sarcastically, that they wanted him to change his name legally.
So then why wasn't that translated in your interview clearly then? Because obviously in your interview it was let out with the assumption that he was told. It wasn't sarcastic. It wasn't a joke.
You don't think that there may be a miscommunication? Somebody said something sarcastic and you took it literal?
So then why say a joke live as if someone is trying to get you to change your physical name?
No. I'm saying, what if he really thought that and just didn't read the sarcasm?
And then we go back to my original motherfucking problem of not knowing English. If you knew English, if you can comprehend English, you won't fucking put some bullshit out there like that about the company you work for, which is stupid. Let's just be real. If you ain't gonna name no name and you telling me somebody is trying to change your physical fucking name, that's your father's name. That's your, like, I don't know. I just took more offense. You know, to me, everyone took it as, oh, PBC's trying to copy Ali. No, I took it differently because that's a fucking lie. No one is stupid enough to ask you to change your name. How much money is in Michelle Rivera for me to ask him to change his fucking name? So I knew that was miscommunication. I knew that was a lack of his communication. And that was a poor interview that he did by letting that out. Unless you tell me otherwise, because you just cleared it up and said it was sarcasm. So why would he go public with that?
No.
Lack of English.
I was told, I actually, to be fair, I was told that it was told to him in sarcasm. And what I'm saying, there may have been a misinterpretation. And you're saying it's because his English is bad.
It's still the same thing, Joel. If they told you a joke, a sarcastic joke, how do you bring it up in a professional interview as truth?
No. Listen, I agree that that's something maybe he shouldn't have said. But
that's probably why he's shelved. That's probably why he's waiting for a fight right now. But you would know better than me.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know why he's been shelved. But although I am hearing rumors they're gonna squeeze him on that Wilder fight card. So
look, another clue: pay-per-view. Call Sampson. Find out what happens when he puts a fighter on pay-per-view. It ain't PBC paying for it. But correct me if I'm wrong when you confirm with him.
All right. Juan de la Cruz is saying this guy Nestor sounds like a Dominican hater.
I mean, just show me the great and I'll stop hating them. Because I could go through Mexico's great champions. I could go through Puerto Rico's great champ. We just went through two great Argentine champions. I mean, help me.
It's coming. It's coming, bro. It's coming.
Right, well then don't say I'm a hater.
I mean, we got two current we got two current world champions. We got 4 ranked in the top 10 in Ring Magazine. Hector Luis Garcia is ranked. Right. Hector Luis Garcia is ranked number 2 in the Ring Magazine.
I mean, with everything that they did with Devin Haney, I don't know that we should be taking the ring serious. Forget about them leaving Devin and Jamel out of the pound for pound, but the fact that
I don't think Devin's pound for pound. So I actually.
But how do you become? How do you get the big? This interview's over. How do you get the biggest accolade in boxing, but you're not one of the best? Because being undisputed means you are the definitive champion of that division. There is no dispute. That's why the word is undisputed. So to not put him on the list when others before him who have accomplished that have gone, like Tio, like Loma, just name them, Canelo. When you undispute, which is a goal that only 8 men in the 4-belt era have done, and because it's becoming so normal. They're trying to take out the glamour. Devin is pound for pound because of what he did. Because guess what? He beat the man. They beat the man. They beat the man. But now guys like you want to change that. That's not fair.
No,
If you are coming
I've
into
never
this
said
sport,
that if you become undisputed, you automatically get on the top 10 pound for pound. I've
but you
never
but
said
that's what
that.
I'm
So
saying.
I'm not
But
trying
that's
to
what I'm
push.
saying.
I'm
No,
not trying
but
to
that's what I'm
change
saying.
anything.
You don't have to say that. You don't have to say that. That's what I'm saying. Guys like you are trying to change
Okay,
that.
all right.
You can't change. You can't change.
All right, so who do you have? All
history.
right, so let me ask you, who do you have ranked higher? No, I'm trying to think of somebody. Do you have Terrence Crawford or Devin Haney ranked higher in the pound for pound list?
Crawford.
Okay, well, Crawford has one belt.
No, Crawford has been undisputed. He's also been
Okay,
unified.
Errol Spence. Who do you have
He
ranked higher?
is. I don't have Earl ranked higher than Devin.
You don't? All right.
No.
All right.
No,
All right.
I'm not these fanboys that got Devin, they got Earl at number 3 or 4, top fucking 5, and don't have Better Beef. Because Better Beef
I have
did the
Better
same.
Beef ranked in the top 10.
Better Beef did the same thing, but better.
I got Better Beef ranked in the
knocked
top
them
10.
out. No, but I'm just showing the bias that Earl gets top 5 because he's Earl Spence. Better Beef is top under 7 and under because he's Better Beef and doesn't speak English. But he's actually knocked out the champions. He been 3-belt unified.
I just rather look at your wins than necessarily the belts. Although I agree the belts do matter. I just think the wins matter more.
Bro,
as far as pound for pound list.
Listen to me. If that were true, Roy wouldn't be who he was. Roy didn't fight the guys. He had to move up because he wasn't with promoters. That's why he would move around. It's always been political. Like, your man Hector won't get to fight Shakur unless Shakur wants it and pushes and convinces Top Rank to do business with another side of the street. So it's like, how are you the best? Like, the sport, the sport is fragmented, bro. This shit is crazy. This is the Wild Wild West.
No, that it's fragmented. We're definitely not going to disagree there. But I do think that we are getting a lot more fights than people realize. I think people focus on, and I'm not saying you, I think people focus on 3 or 4 fights that we're not getting, but ignore the 10, 15 fights that we do get. And it's like, well, are we going to ignore Stephen Fulton versus Brandon Figueroa? Are we going to ignore Better BF unifying 3 belts? Are we going to ignore Canelo? And so on and so forth. And I think people focus.
Yeah, but those are the easy fights. That's easy to do. You can't give these promoters and these networks passes. Fulton versus Figueroa is easy. Anything under 130 is easy, bro. They don't cost nothing. Why you think
Jermel Castano? It happened twice.
What do you mean?
Jermel versus Brian Castano. That was for undisputed. It happened twice.
No, rematch. You got a rematch clause.
No. It was a draw, and then. But my point is, I'm saying that's a big fight that happened, and people instead of focusing.
I don't know about big fight.
It did $1 million gate. It did $1 million gate.
I mean, it didn't do 1 million views.
It was the highest rated Showtime fight.
It didn't do 1 million views.
All right, was the highest rated fight in 2018. So
did it do 1 million? Google it. Just Google it for us.
It's the highest rated fight in 4 years. That's a fact. You can Google that.
But what do I care if it didn't do 1 million, which is average for Triple G on Showtime on HBO. That was average for Andre Ward on HBO.
Well, people have been cutting the cord. People have been cutting the cord, if we're being honest. As far as
Showtime does abysmal numbers, man. Let's be real. Come on, bro. Look up like Charlo versus, I don't know, fucking Korobov or who else he fought. Bro, it's like 274,000. Like, it's not numbers, bro. You know what I mean? You tell me what the Undisputed fight did. The rematch. What did it do?
I'll look it up. If I'm not mistaken, it did 890. But don't quote me.
890? Shit, I want to see that.
Oh, wait. I said don't quote me. I think that's what it did.
Yo, if they did 890, I'm impressed, bro. You kidding me? I don't think so.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna look it up right now.
I'm giving you time. I'm not rushing.
Hold on a second. These in.
Nah, man, 3 million. Devin Haney did 3 million for Undisputed Fight. Teofimo did 6 million.
Yeah, but that's on free TV. That's on ESPN. That's not that's terrestrial.
But that's what I'm showing you. That you call that a big fight. How is it big if no one tuned in? And then your excuse is, well, it's not free. So then it's not even big enough to get them to open their wallet. You see what I'm saying? It's not even big enough for you to order $10 Showtime. Get out of here, bro.
What would I type in? I typed in views and I couldn't.
Yeah, viewership. Bro, it's not. Puppy, it's not out there because they didn't.
Oh, it is. It is. All right. I got it. And I'm a screen share. I was off, but I wasn't off by too much. I'll screen share just so you know everybody at home could see I'm not lying and you can see I'm not lying.
How much? Tell me how much.
832,000. Most watched fight in nearly 3 years.
Sad. That's sad. If 800 is the most watched fight in 36 months, that is sad.
All right. I mean, I'm not too sure what's considered a success or a failure, but if something's the most in 3 years, and it's not too far out from a million, I don't want to say it's not 400,000. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen, but it's undisputed, Joel. It's la creme de la creme, the top of the top, the two best, and they had a draw, so it's supposed to be more interest. Like Wilder Fury won the second one, you know, like okay. The second one did more than the first one.
All right, so all right. Since we're comparing ESPN and Showtime, ESPN they don't got no pay-per-view fighters.
They saying Tio might be on pay-per-view. So
let's see how much he sells. Because Tank's selling okay. Wilder's selling okay. Yeah. Canelo, when he came to Showtime, they sold 800,000 pay-per-view for Undisputed.
Because of Caleb Plant smacked the shit out of his ass and gave the world something they never seen.
All right. Hey, listen. All I know is when Tank fights, when Spence fights, when Wilder fights, they do good numbers over there.
For sure. You name 5 stars out of 200 plus fighters with PBC.
And you can't name me one pay-per-view star from ESPN? Just one. Just name me one. That's all I need. Is one.
One pay-per-view star from ESPN. Lomachenko?
Lomachenko never been on payper-view.
But he's been wanting to be on pay-per-view, right?
I mean,
he tried to do the fight with Tio and not Tio, excuse me, with Tay, and his promoter didn't want it.
Oh, so he wanted somebody from Showtime who's already on pay-per-view to be on pay-per-view. So hold on, so he wanted. I'm using your line against you then.
No, he wanted the other considered best in the division.
Okay, so Tank fought Rolly. Tank fought Rolly on pay-per-view.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rolly. You think Lomachenko could fight Rolly on pay-per-view?
I think anybody could fight Rolly.
No, on pay-per-view. Don't try to be slick.
No. I'm not being slick. On pay-per-view, I think Isaac Cruz. Mark my words. Isaac Cruz Rolly is a pay-per-view.
I mean, I hope not. But one thing I will say about Isaac Cruz, change your topic a little bit, because I like to talk more about boxing than I do business. Isaac Cruz, I believe, is overrated, and he better stay away from any Dominican, whether it be De Los Santos or Michelle Rivera. I think he's overrated, and I think
he's in safe zone with any Dominicans, if you want to even consider it that. I feel like he's in more of a danger zone by being that highly ranked in the WBC. He'll get. He's going to get tattooed by Devin Haney.
Yeah, no, Devin Haney schools the shit out of Cruz. Absolutely. That's not even a question in my mind. Devin Haney, I'm not a big fan of his style, but he is a talented fighter. He is.
Yeah.
But yo, my man, I've taken enough of your time. Yo, this has been fun. I hope it's not the last. What's up?
I said you the champ.
No, I hope it's not the last time you come on and
ever.
I'll
just tell me when, bro.
Yeah, and I'll definitely when I'm in Vegas, I'll definitely hit you up. But next time that's a nice thing. Next time I need you on, you gotta wear a suit, bro. I wore a suit on yesterday. You gotta wear
You crazy. Look, you got my headset falling off. I ain't wearing no suit.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. Yo, but bro, thank you so much, man. It was a lot of fun. I love the back and forth. I like the back and forth, you know, not all the times we have to agree. I do want you to stop hating on Dominicans and support us a little bit more.
I gotta check. I think I only got 20.
I
Yo,
do want
I'm
you to
listening.
stop
I'm
hating
sorry,
on
bro.
Dominicans and trust me.
I'm not.
This crop of Dominicans
I just
is
want
gonna
them to be the goods. I just want them to be the goods before I start giving out like, you know, validation and shit and telling people they good. Like, look, I mean, you took me to them and I told them all I could tell them about Alberto and, you know, Hector. It's up to them to keep doing what they got to do. You know, Alberto got the win. A win is a win is a win. He got the belt now. So hopefully he could look better in his next fight. I'm just nervous if they give him that Tio fight, you know.
Now, I before I let you go, I'm gonna give you a little insider info before you go, so you know that the Broadway Joel is really the voice of Dominican boxing. Puello's next fight is most likely going to be against Gary Antoine Russell. You heard it here first, all right?
Oh my God!
You heard it here.
So they don't. So they didn't even give him a chance to defend that belt, huh? They want to take that right from him.
Yeah. Gary Antoine Russell is very, very overrated, and he's going to be very, very overrated. Very.
What?
Very overrated.
You better start talking to people that's in the gym. Gary is the truth.
Okay, all right. Well, fucking Bartholomew in that first round had him on ice skates. Old ass Bartholomew. He gets hit way too easy. Puello beats him. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
save these.
No, listen, I'm gonna put money. Like, you tell me that, I'm gonna sprinkle something just in case Puello does it better. I don't believe that.
And don't worry, next time there's a Dominican upset looming like De Los Santos, I'll hit you up. I forgot you again, man.
No, anything like that, bro. You would have told that right hook has so much torque. You would have told me, nah, just look at his right hook. I'd have bet money.
Yeah, that right hook. I ain't think to hit you up. I forgot you a gambling man, but I got you for next time.
Yeah, I won't mind. I mean, I don't gamble crazy. A couple dollars here and there just to keep it fun and make it more interesting. When there's a little something on it, it gets the juices flowing.
Yeah. I threw 50 down. I ain't throw a crazy.
Damn, big spender. I ain't do that. You kidding me? 50 on what? On Puello?
No, not on Puello. On De Los Santos.
Dan, they said shout out to Amari Jones. They must have seen him in the background. He's in there.
Yeah. That was Box Talk 101 from Freddie from Box Talk 101. But yo, Nestor, te voy a dejar, mi hermano. Thanks for my brother. You definitely, again, you're welcome to come on the show anytime. And anytime I'm in Vegas, I'm going to hit you up, all right?
Appreciate you.
All right, my man.
All right.